Hi there guys, how's it going? So today I decided to get my geek on and I decided to have a look at the numbers to see what it would be like. How grindy would it be if we were trying to run a speedrun in scrap mechanic? Now what sort of speedrun I'm talking about here is basically just getting the bare minimum enough to get us the basic spud gun so that we could do a warehouse raid. And I'll talk you through what I found and what I thought. So straight away over here, this is basically all the gear that I thought and I think that we'll need, and I'll talk you through why I've chosen this stuff first of all, and then I'll go into the materials cost of a lot of stuff, and oh boy is it massive. So obviously first things first, we need the craft bot. We need this bad boy just so that we're able to like make any of the additional stuff, because there's some things that we're going to need the level 1 blocks or even the level 2 blocks, and they're impossible to make without the craft bot, so this is a necessity. All the items that I've picked I feel are probably the most important items that you need. So we've got one craft bot. Then I went for the saw blade. Now my reason for the saw blade is quite simply this. I need wood. I'm going to use wood for a building material, and I need it for the most important thing of the deal. In order to take out the red farm bot and take it out quickly, I'm thinking about using... We're going to be using explosives. Hear me out on this one, hear me out. Explosives will take out big red farm bots pretty easy. You'll only need like, I think it's 2 explosives is what I worked out to need. You're only going to need 2 explosives, and these realistically are quite cheap. To make one of these, to make one, we need 10 gas, we need 5 paint, we need 6 poop. All of those things are really easy to get hold of. Oil for gas is easy to get hold of now, paint is easy to get hold of now, and poop is really easy to get hold of now. But that is where the saw blade comes in, because we need the wood to make the cardboard to get us poop. That's literally where this comes in. Then obviously, we need a large chest. You have to have a large chest and a vacuum pump. There is no avoiding this, because this is the only way that we can turn vegetables into packages. So this is a has to. So I went with a large chest, I went with a vacuum pump, and I went with the button. This is where it starts to get really, really resource heavy. I've got a breakdown on a spreadsheet right in front of me of what these things are, and it does start to get a little bit ridiculous. So then I started to see the metal mounting up, and I was like, okay, right, the metal is getting a bit ridiculous. We're going to be needing a refine bot, obviously, because this will help us, and we're going to be needing the resource cage. These things start to get a bit mental. Again, when I start to see just how much metal we were needing, I was like, okay, we're gonna need a drill bit as well, because getting the metal from the nodes is gonna be a little bit easier and a little bit quicker than trying to get it from haybot spines or legs, whatever you want to call them. And at the minute, my numbers only take into account 1 wheel, only 1, and I don't like the numbers. So to have however many you'll need, whether you do it on 3 or whether you do it on 4, yeah, the numbers are going to increase. And obviously we need a saddle, because we're going to have to drive whatever vehicle we make and have it being able to hook up to a few things. This might even need upgrading, so it's going to be even more component parts, which is a scary, scary thing. Oh yeah, and I was running it off a gas engine, because like I say, oil and gas is really easy to get hold of now, so it's not too bad. But running off a gas engine, and yeah, currently my breakdown with just these things and the connection tool, I've not even included the weld tool in this breakdown of things yet, and the numbers are looking quite scary. And just let me explain to you. If you were to do the metal purely from scrap metal, because your metal numbers are absolutely crazy. So if you were deciding, okay, you're just going to go on haybots and only haybots alone, not even going to bother with the rock nodes, you are looking to need 12,551 scrap metal just to build, basically to build all of this stuff. That's a lot. Let me break that down to you. You get 10 scrap metal from each haybot. 10. So if you were only to go on scrap metal alone, in order to make that scrap metal into your level 1 and then level 2 metal, you are going to need 1,252 haybots. That's a lot. That is a lot. So then I was like, okay, right, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. What happens if we built enough to build as the craft bot, and then the only other thing that we spent metal on was the drill, so that we were then able to harvest the rock nose, because obviously from the rock nose, that's where you get your level 1 metal. So I was like, okay, so if we take out the cost of this, so that everything else from there on in can be done with level 1 metal. How many does that help us? What does that bring us down to? The cost is still, in order just to build this, because it takes so much level 2 metal and level 1 metal, you still need 60 haybot legs just to kind of get the very basic before you even go on to the metal node. So the numbers sat in front of me are really not pretty at all. The component kits sat here currently, we're looking at 25 component kits, 36 circuits, so that's not too bad. But that is just the basics. If we need to upgrade the engine, obviously that's going to change. And if we need to upgrade the seat, obviously that's going to change. But it's just the metal. That metal requirement is crazy. You need a lot of metal. And then obviously, by the time you need that much metal, you're going to be eating in how you get it. Because again, the wheels take metal to build. It's not a lot, don't get me wrong. It is only 5 level 1 metal. But it's every metal that you're spending on something else, you're slowing yourself down to head in a direction that you need to do. Then obviously there's the food. You need, I think it works out to be 6 packages of tomatoes, 6 packages of beets in order to get your oranges and your blueberries, which you then need 2 packages of each, and a cage farmer to get the spud gun alone. And it starts to mount up, and getting all that metal, the metal is the biggest thing. Getting all that metal is where it starts to get ugly. So the numbers are not pretty. Is it possible, like I say, just to go for the basics? That's only just to get a spud gun, mind you. That's not including anything that happens between getting to the warehouse, so that's not including any building of any vehicles. That's not including bearings, that's not including pistons if you need pistons, controllers or anything like that. It's literally including what you see in front of us here. And like I say, it still only includes 1 wheel. It doesn't include 2, 3 or 4 wheels. It's only 1. And the numbers are a bit mental. Is it doable? I guess it's doable. For sure it's doable. I mean, there's nothing stopping anybody from literally raiding the warehouse with a mallet and trying to do it that way. But realistically, that's a lot of metal. Like I say, it's at the very minimum, it's 60 haybot legs without building anything. Just building the bare minimum. There's 60 haybot legs needed. And by the way, you don't actually get any more metal if you refine it from a node. It's still only 10. It's just 10 level 1 metal rather than 10 scrap metal, which helps you out. But quite scary. Quite scary. Again, the reason why I went for the explosive, it's a quick and easy option. Otherwise, how else are you going to kill the haybot? You could start using pistons and stuff to squash him, or you might be able to use the drills and stuff to cause the damage to him, maybe. The explosives would be the quicker way to do it. You can pile 2 in front of you and he'll run into him and he'll hit them and then they'll blow up and they'll kill him instantly. But yeah, anybody interested in running a speedrun, good luck to you. That's all I'm going to say anyway, guys. I thought you might like to know the little bit of information and probably explains why many people aren't looking at the concept of trying to speedrun it at the minute. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye!